All right, we have another drag car update for you guys. So much going on, I can't even keep my head straight. We have, for the next couple of months, you guys are probably going to see in amongst our other, dyno videos and engine builds and all that stuff, you're probably going to see lots of Mk3 drag car content. We are on a push to get this thing running, and we have a lot to do. So in this video, as you can see in behind here, I have the engine actually torn apart again. We're going to do another video specifically about the 1000 horsepower engine build. I had to take it apart. You guys will see all that in an upcoming video. However, in this video we have to get the roof skin off because, as I mentioned, we're replacing it. We also have some bars to weld in. We have some fabrication to do. There's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen, as I continuously say with this thing, to get it ready to run, seat brackets and steering column brackets and stuff like that. So we have that in this video. Before we get to that, I just wanted to thank everybody, as always, for purchasing merchandise or purchasing stuff off our website, any support, Patreon, anything like that that you guys do. It really helps. It really helps us, especially with the race car. So thank you, everybody, for the support. Clayton, start running that generic time-lapse audio and play the video.
Silence, that's it.
Silence. Guess what that means in the comments? Who knows what that is?
I know what it is.
You only know because I told you. You would have never guessed that. Okay, we got to build, we got the front bars welded in. The steering column's still zip tied up, so we got to build a steering column bracket.
You sticking your gut out?
Tissue's in here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so weld those in, looking good.
We got those welded in. We got to build a bracket for the steering column, and we're going to just design something up quick and cut it out on the plasma. Quick, yeah. Quick. That's how fusion works for me, really quick. And then we got to cut that out, bend it all up, get it in the car. We'll show you what we did. Okay, before we continue, Clayton, we wanted to talk about...
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands, yeah. We wanted to talk about what?
The hoopty.
The hoopty.
It's coming back. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say it's coming back.
No, it's coming back. It's coming back.
It might come back, actually.
Oh.
We'll talk about that later. But we are finally going to do the teardown of that. We're going to have an upcoming video probably within the next couple of weeks, I'd say. Your way this weekend, right?
Yep.
But we're going to bring it in. We're going to pull the engine out, get it all ready to do the engine teardown, and I think we're going to do the live stream as we talked about before for the engine teardown. But you guys will see the video prior to that, us getting ready for it, so look out for that. So let's get back to the drag car. Okay, we got the bracket all cut out. ready to weld on. One more thing off the list. Still primer, Clayton. We still got a long way to go before that's looking fancy.
It's not just stain prone?
Not staying primer. But we did get the bars welded in, as we mentioned, and the steering column bracket's done. I don't know if you can see that from out there, Clayton, but
Wow.
we drew that up, cut it on the plasma cutter. Minor headaches with that one. I think
The bending?
the bending was the worst part of that thing, but it came out pretty good. We got another bracket to build underneath it to give it a little bit more stability, but it's definitely better than what we had last time, especially with...
right there?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I got a new quick release.
Fancy?
Fancier than the last one that I had on here. Obviously none of it's bolted in yet because this is coming in and out of the car 1,000 times. So now we got to do the back of the seat bracket. I just want some support on the back side of the seat. So we're going to build a bracket from the seat to the actual roll cage itself. Probably going to cut something out on a plasma cutter again with that. So let's do it. There were some holes on the top of the cage that they didn't get to. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but I went around and welded those all up now that we can access them on both sides. So that's all done. So once we get the seat bracket done, the next step will be paint the cage, which I already talked about. We are going to paint the cage. Best time to do it now with everything taken apart. So let's do the seat bracket, Clayton. Come on. Okay, next up, seat bracket. We cut this out and we got to get this tacked in. Clayton, standing around doing nothing. Stay warm, yeah. So we're going to put this in here like so. Something like that. I don't know if you can see any of that, but you'll see it when it's all done. You got her? Okay, next up is the cluster. I got it taped up just to protect it. I was originally going to mount this in the dash itself, but I think I want to mount it and attach it to the steering column so that if the steering column gets adjusted, it will stay the same all the time. I have a few ideas of how I want to do this. I think I'm going to do like a sheet metal, bend something up, kind of like we did on the bracket here. I'll probably do it out of aluminum so that it can be removed. And I think I'm just going to design something up in Fusion again and cut it out on the plasma. Hopefully we can make something work. All right, so I have Fusion 360 fired up and I was lucky to be able to find a 3D model of the IC-7 Haltech Dash. So this is going to make my life extremely easy because all the mounting points and everything are already here. Where the connector goes, everything. So I basically just have to model something around this to fit in the car and also fit around this dash. So I've actually gone ahead and already done that. And let's put this back to a home position. I've already gone ahead and done that, which I'll show you now. So this gives you a good idea of what it's going to be. These measurements, all this is going to be adjusted once we take final measurements on how it's going to fit in the car. So all this will be changed as we move forward. But I basically gave it a little sunshade so that when it's in the car, it'll have a little bit better visibility. There are LEDs all up along here. So also on the sides, I've cut them a little bit short because these are basically a yes and no kind of push button. Obviously there's other buttons there as well, but typically if you need to enter anything, you're going to press the X or the O on the side. So I want to be able to fit my gloves in there and be able to hit those buttons fairly easily. And then the side angles of how it's all going to mount in, those are going to be adjusted as we take some measurements for it. So that's going to be easy to bend up. And we're ready now to put this, to basically get the G-code for this so that the CNC machine can understand it. And we'll cut it out of the plasma and start bending it up. Hopefully all goes as planned with this thing. She's thick, but it's what we had. So let's see if we can bend it up and make something out of it. Okay, there we have it, tacked up. Probably going to paint it, I think. Black, crinkle coat, I don't know, flat black, something, not shiny. Clayton, we got the seat mounted nice and sturdy now. As you can see, well, you've probably seen, we cut that out with plasma. I got this all tacked, not tacked in, welded in now.
For good.
For good, welded on the back of the seat. Also, I don't think we filmed any of welding that on the seat, but
No.
It is in very nice and solid. It's adjustable, and look at this fancy thing here, Clayton.
That's nice. Let me go on the other side.
We got
Well, I got
that
B-roll
all.
of it, so.
We got that all cut out on the plasma and bent up. We did try to bend it, and this specific grade of aluminum isn't great for bending, so it ended up cracking.
Yeah, a little thick too, so.
No, I don't mind the thickness now. That
No,
I've
for
seen
bending
it.
it though.
Yeah, for bending it. And anyways, we had to weld the backside of it. Whatever. We're going to probably just crinkle coat that. Wrinkle coat?
Crinkle coat?
Crinkle coat it. It's going to be black anyway, so it's not going to stay silver. So basically the rest of the stuff that needs to be welded to the cage and everything is completed. We're now going to sand it all down, get it ready to paint it, which is going to be poison because there's going to be a lot of taping and a lot of sanding. The sanding won't go too bad because Robbie's got most cleaned up already. But there was a couple other things we want to talk about, right, Clayton? I think. Last time you had said this, we already filmed this, but you talked about, doing a couple reels and TikToks.
How addictive are those things?
Very addictive.
The 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie. Drum ways to drive.
Yeah, we're trying to be a little
more active in the
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff like that.
So check it out. We'll put the things. Just search CM Motorsports.
Yeah, it's all the same tag anywhere. And what else do we want to talk about? Was there anything else?
No, we got the hoopty. We talked about that earlier. So remember, that's coming back. First video is going to be just bringing it in, taking the engine out. Then we're going to do the live teardown.
Yep.
So that's that. And
It might get another engine. We don't know. We might try to do another version of the hoopty. It's still up in the air, but we're working on it. And, today I got the pistons back for the engine, so we'll have the engine video coming up very soon as well for this specific thing. But if you guys have any questions or comments, as always, ask them below. Thank you for the support, as always, and we'll see you in the next video.